how's it going? Oh, my mic's over here. Microphone's over here. Sorry. How's it going, everybody? Good morning. Oh, I got to turn this camera off too. Crazy stuff's happening. How's it going, everybody? Who's all here? Who's all here? Roll call time. Tony, Jeff. How's it going, fellas? Jaron, Tony. The other Tony. Same Tony. Wow, you were first. Good job, man. Good job. Welcome, welcome. Oh, man. All right. Well, happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm here, and I'm not dead. The rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. No, I was pretty sick, but I'm good now. Good now. Not at the Hobbit house today, as you can tell, because the stream's probably a bit smoother. Hey, Phil, how's it going? Yontan? All right. Quindor's here, too. I watched Quindor's stream. Was it last night? Friday night? It was Friday night. Almost the whole thing I watched. That was pretty good. That was interesting. He was comparing copper wire and copper-clad aluminum wire. Phew, not dead, right? No, I learned some stuff. That was really good, man. That's helpful. I like those kinds of things where we we kind of have these rules, which are usually pretty well established by somebody, but we don't always get to see the actual workings behind why they are the way they are. So it was pretty cool. Why don't you do any more short YouTube? I have one. Look at this. I'm ready to post it. I just did it. And it's and the big answer there, Dov, is because it's hard. That's the main answer to the question of why I don't do more short YouTube videos is because it's hard. Let me see if I have. Let me see what this will do for me here. So I have this one sitting here ready to go. Connecting a mic to a DrZz, and it's about the sound reactive version of WLED. It's only 10 minutes long. But I haven't released it because as soon as I release it, people are going to want to buy the DrZz, and I don't have any on hand right now, so I'm going to wait a little bit until I can have some of those. I'm sure Quindor can give us an estimate, but we know it's a week or so, maybe a little more. And then I did just do this little thing. You can actually go watch this. This is my, I actually got out. Where's Father Time tonight? It's been a while since I've done a bug update. This was last night. We'll watch this for a minute. This is a what do they call that? A premiere. It's premiere. I was really kind of nervous about this. Shorts equals 10 minutes. We're going on a test drive today. The price of the PPOE device must come down. It must come down, Farhan says. The PPE, the POE device. Are you talking about this one? Better than other people's shorts. Thanks, Jeff or James. I filmed that little video clip last night and then kind of posted it. And then was like, oh yeah, there's these YouTube shorts. Maybe I should try that. And I looked into it a little bit, and I'll do it. Maybe I'll do one today, a YouTube short like that, where, it's just what do you call it? You got to hold your phone the other way. You do it on the other things. All right, choo choo. Frank's here. We'll do the choo choo. How's it going, man? Frank's trying to get me out of Facebook jail. I've been in the Home Assistant Facebook group, but I can't post any comments for some reason. All of them. I get why PoE is much more expensive, but why isn't it like $5 or $10 more? Good question. So like in this case, this one's $23 versus like a regular something like this that's only what is just a regular a regular PoE, or not PoE, or just a regular device. Let's just go Banggood just so we can compare. And if we say, oops, I hit the weekend flash sale. If you do just ESP32 development board, there's probably some that are like just a few dollars, right? That one's 36. That one's 31. That one's 30. That one's 10. This one's 20. Oh, that's 3 of them for 20. So there you go. No, you're totally right. Well, oh, this is interesting. No, that's not PoE. That's a good question. I don't know. I can tell you this. These used to be cheaper. So I'm wondering if we blame everything on the parts shortage stuff. Love you. Everything with a chip is getting more expensive. Yeah, I think that's true. These were $15, $17 not that long ago. Everyone knows how it's going. How's it going? Love you. Comes with USB to serial and such on board, which the TTGO doesn't have. Oh, which one, Quindor? Are you talking about yours? Ethernet Quinn ESP is about 15. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I can't tell you why things. I can tell you that the stuff that Quindor is making and selling is a much smaller margin than a lot of these things. That's for dang sure. I think Quindor's done a very admirable job of keeping things at a good price and taking whatever increases have been pushed out from the parts manufacturers, taking that out of profit and trying to keep it as a very reasonable price. 82.66 or 32, because I'm looking a $7 with shipping, usually for 32. Where are you looking, James? So the reason, let's talk about this device. Okay, so this is the device that's on the that's on my thumbnail for the video today, right? It's this guy here, and that's the one that's on the screen up here. Now the reason that I'm showing off this device is because like a year ago, I saw it. I saw that ESPhome had somebody had worked it out how to make it work, and Banggood had them, and I've got to deal with Banggood, and I said I need like 10 of them, and so they sent me 10 of them. But then I couldn't get it to work with ESPhome. I got the Olimex one to work, which Olimex makes one, which is I think more expensive. Olimex ESP32 PoE. I can't see it because of this. So 22, I guess it's the same price now. It used to be that this one was more expensive, but maybe this one hasn't changed in price. So $22 for this one. This one has some pins available as well. It doesn't have a lot of the other stuff. This one has an external antenna. That's weird. Anyways, I have one of these that is working very well. I think it's actually probably this one. This is the one I have. $20 for this one. So this is also pretty good, and I have one of these working, and I would totally recommend this. You may have a few less available pins, but I don't think it matters too much because you're going to have to kind of tinker around and solder and do whatever anyways to get the things working that you want working on here. But this one works really well, and it works with ESPhome, and I've got it working fine. But for a long time, I couldn't get this one working with ESPhome until recently. Now I got it working, and I'm very, very happy about it. And so I thought, well, let's talk about it. Let's go through it a little bit because it is a pretty good device. It's not as small as the Olimex. Now it used to be cheaper. Now apparently it's not cheaper. But you do have available pins. Let's look down here. Let's do this. I always have to adjust. This camera likes to just reset itself and looks awful every time. I can't do awful cameras. I got to try and keep up with my Quindor, my man. He does some good stuff when it comes to, well, with lots of stuff, right? But his streams and his camera quality are They make me jealous. I don't get jealous about much. There we go. Okay, now it looks good. Okay. Now this I can deal with. So this has some things on it that we don't actually need. It does have a USB-C, or is it micro? I think it's micro. Can't tell. Oh, it is USB-C. It's USB-C, but that's only for power. If you wanted to power it through this, you can. But this is not how you program it. This thing has to have this little programmer, or you could probably do it with an FTDI. I tried doing it with an FTDI and had trouble. That is a C? Yeah, thanks, Frank. I had trouble. So, but with these, when that $22, you don't get the programming module. This programming module is like another $3 or $4 for this little thing. But you only need one of these for however many of these you're going to have. This has an SD card slot, which is probably useful, but at least so far with ESPhome, I haven't found a way to make use of that. But reason that I want this, the reason that I'm interested in these at all is, first of all, because Wi-Fi is great when it's all you have, but it is not super reliable, right? I was just fighting again yesterday with some old Tasmota devices that just decided to stop being connected, and I had to deal with that, and it was kind of a pain in the butt. Missed the start of the stream, but what are you going to use it for? Haha! There you are, Frank. I am going to use it because I have in my house an old intercom system, which doesn't work. We've taken it out, and I've just kind of, the wires are just in the wall, basically. Some of the components are still in the wall, but they're not connected to anything. So it's this old intercom system, and it has a Cat5 cable in it. Well, I don't know if it's totally Cat5, but it probably is. So I've got this cable in the wall, and these units were right next to a lot of the doors. So all the bedroom doors have one. There's one by the outside patio, like the back door. Let's see, where's the other one? Is there one downstairs? There's one in this toy room up here. Basically, there's one in most of the bedrooms and then a few other places around the house. And then all the wires go to this central location in the kitchen. So my thinking is I get a PoE switch and a bunch of these devices. And instead of having this intercom system that doesn't work, I have basically a PoE wired light switch, sensor, etc. system. So because these are right next to the bedroom doors, they're right next to the light switches, so I can connect relays to this and then use the relays as the switches. I can have buttons on these, and I can use the buttons in the for the lights as well. I can have a sensor in each room, so I could have temperature sensor, I could have light sensor, I could have motion sensor. Probably other things too, if you wanted to. Oh, I could have a door sensor, like an open and close, like a magnetic sensor. So, and it's all wired. That's the beauty of it, is it's wired. Hope it's not Cat3 cable. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I have to investigate a little bit. How much power can go through a Cat3? Probably not much, very much. BLE sensing? Totally could do BLE sensing. In fact, I was just looking at, I know you're not the ESPhome guy, Frank, so much, but maybe when Jesse is looking for something else to do. I was just watching Lewis's video about about the Bluetooth sensing, right? About the location stuff. And he was using, I don't remember what system he was using, but it was working pretty good. And it would be great to have that into ESPhome, because then everything else that goes on here is ESPhome. And if we can use this to do Bluetooth sensing as well, then you could totally know the location of people based on their phones and stuff in the house. ESPSense. There you go. Thank you. That's right. And BLE works with Ethernet active. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that would just be one more thing. Like all of a sudden you can take, now you've got one Happy Bubbles. Yeah, I remember good old Bubbles. I never used it, but I know it was working well for a while. Sensing is why I'm looking for some ESP32s. There you go. So if you could have this one device that gets its power and its communication through one cable, and then is capable of switching on and off full voltage lights, right? 120, 220, whatever you guys have, plus all those sensors we talked about, motion, light, Bluetooth, door opening sensors, temperature and humidity, and all that on one device in each room. Now you got a smart home, right? And now you got like, maybe nothing's 100% reliable, but when you're talking about a wired Ethernet connection versus Wi-Fi connection, you're orders of magnitude more reliable, right? And faster and everything else. So I'm really happy that this one, I'm happy because I got it working because I have a bunch of them, right? I'm not saying that this one is the best one to have. It's good. But I'm happy that I got it and it's working. So let's go through the sketch a little bit. It's ESPhome. It's reliable. Amen, right? It is. So yeah, if we can get ESPSense functionality in ESPhome so that we can add it to a sketch like this, I would be so thrilled. So thrilled. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? Wired is so much better. I think everything should wire everything you possibly can. Oh, the other thing that makes me excited about this, I've talked about doing like sort of a game in the house with the smart home stuff. And I kind of had a couple videos, right, where I have the little box with the wand and the kids have to make the temperature sensor go up or down. And then the box unlocks and they can get the wand out. And then based on which thing they activated, whether it was hot or cold, and they can have to sneak up on the dragon that has a motion sensor and a couple of reed switches and touch the wand. And so it's like this little game. It's like this interactive game, and all of the parts to all this interactive game are all just smart home stuff. And the Home Assistant's running the whole thing. In the Hobbit house, I put Ethernet everywhere for that reason, so that I could take something like this little board here, connect it, and then on a coffee table or an end table or just up against the wall, I could have stuff happen. I could have things move. I could have it make sounds. I could have it make lights. I could have it sense things, whether people are moving or stuff like that. So, and you want all that to be wired also because you want it to be reliable. So anyways, just one more reason why I'm really excited that we have these PoE devices, power over Ethernet devices, that we can use with ESPhome. So let's look at my ESPhome. And I will go through with you what went wrong and what I've got worked out right now. Okay. All right. There were 15 likes. Now there's 16. Thank you, James. Thank you. All right. What is the dimensions of it? Will it fit in a standard US electrical box? I'm sure it will. We can measure it. It's pretty small. Part of the trick, Martin, how you doing, by the way? Part of the trick is going to be once you connect it to a bunch of things. So, like I've got one connected here. Let's actually just switch this to. So I've got one connected here, and I've got it connected to this this one's a four relay board, right? So now you've got to have this plus this kind of somehow in the box, right? And that's not counting sensors or anything else. So I think the smart thing to do that I'd like to work on, and I don't, it's kind of hard because you go, well, do you pick this footprint or do you use a different footprint or do we use the Quindor one or what? But anyways, something like this that has like a breakout board on it, right? Something that you take these pins, you plug it in here, and then you've got the things that you want on there, like the relay and the sensors and stuff like that. I'm thinking towards the Quinn board with PoE to USB splitter, price and performance. Quindor can tell you about it, and it works great. It really does work great. And honestly, I'll show you something else too that we can talk about today, and that is my audio thing. Things are going well. Like I've gotten to a point where I'm really like making some progress. These last couple of days have been good. You saw my little bug video. Got this thing working. I've been talking about doing the audio because we have this speaker system in the house where we have these nice speakers in the ceiling, but the thing that they're connected to been kind of crappy. But I got that solved-ish as well. So did I find out where the frozen pipe was? I did. Yes, I did. And it was we repaired it and we got it running, and it has now frozen again. That will depend on PoE equals or PoE plus plus for how much you can draw. Okay. Well, the wires is this thing I'm worried about. Like, how much current can you put through an older cat cable? It's not going to be too much. It's not going to be too much. So anyways, all right. So yeah, as far as the footprint, we were going to measure it real quick. So let's measure it real quick. I think actually Banggood says how big it is, but this thing is 2 inches that way, 2.5 that way. And then for all of you smarter folks that use metrics, it's 5.5 centimeters if you count the antenna that way, and 6.5, 7 centimeters if you go the other way. Okay. But actually Banggood has they put the dimensions on here down here at the bottom, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So there's the dimensions for it. It's pretty small, which is kind of nice. Now the Olimex one is even smaller. This one's even smaller. I don't have another one of these handy, but what are we doing tonight? We're doing PoE ESPhome stuff, because it is awesome. All right, so let's go into this and check it out. So if you go to the ESPhome, I don't need all these, so we're just going to go to use this. We're going to go to ESPhome. And if you just go to PoE, Ethernet component. So this gives you some information, and there are several boards where people have worked out, which pins you need for which stuff, right? So the configuration. So here is the Olimex PoE one, which this configuration works fine. This one I have EBV. This one's actually kind of cool because it has relays built into it and some buttons and stuff, but I can't get this one to work, at least not yet. I tried again last night, can't get it to work. This is the TTGO one that I'm working on right now, this black one. And then I don't know about this other one. I don't know about this one. So you need some of this information, but the good part is it's established here. Where I ran into trouble, so I had this PoE version 1, this Olimex PoE one working, but I could not get this TTGO one to work. But now it's working. And a couple things that I changed. So first, the board. I had this board wrong, and I don't know what that does on the backside. I don't know, when ESPhome translates this YAML into C+ or whatever. I don't know what this changes, but I had this as ESP32, like VRoom or something different. Because it didn't say in here what it needed to be, right? It doesn't actually tell you which board you need to pick. So I thought I had it and I didn't. So I went to my Olimex one and just copied that, and this worked. This is the part that they give you right there. So that's that part that you can use. Oh, that's the Olimex one. This is the TTGO one right there. Okay. And then the other problem that I ran into, which I did not see coming. I didn't see it coming. But I had a bunch of stuff set up here for relays and switches and sensors and stuff. And I must have used some of the pins in my some of the pins that the Ethernet board needed. I must have used because I still couldn't get it to work after I did this and changed this, made sure all this was right. I still couldn't get it to work. And then I just commented out everything that I had already built down here, all the stuff with the relays and the sensors and everything. I'd taken it all out, and then it worked. And so then I just started adding it back a little bit at a time. And it gives you, these guys do a very good job, very nice job of giving you the information that you need to know which pins do what. So they've broken out here. You've got basically, 10 GPIO pins that you can use right here. And you can use I2C, so you could use more than that if you wanted to. But they've got 10 of them here that you can use. So it's labeled right here. So I knew that these were safe. So when I went back and started doing stuff with putting in the sensors and the switches and stuff, I just made sure that I was using GPIO pins that correspond to these so that I knew I was safe, because I must have been using some that were, being used for something else. I didn't really know. I have the Olimex EVB. I use it as a garage controller. Drew, are you using it with ESPhome? If you are, can I please have your ESPhome sketch? Can I look at it? Because I can't get mine to work, and I would love to get it to work because it has those relays already built into it. For you guys that are if you guys want to see it, PoE, well, it's EBV. Don't touch your face. Do I still have that one on? It's this one. I think it's a bit more expensive. Oh, it's not even that much. Look at that, $22. And this one comes with, I don't remember what. Oh, these are for the relays, right? So this one comes with the ability to use these 2 relays already, and then you do get some GPIO pins here as well. It looks like a bunch of GPIO pins over there too. I don't know that would be all available, but anyways, I have one of these, and I thought, oh, this is gonna be great. It looks like it has an RF. That looks like an RF receiver thing right there too. So I mean, it's got a bunch of stuff on it. We could look and see what all. This one doesn't really give you that much. Let's see if we can get more information about that particular board, but I would love to see that. The EV, yes, it does. The EVB has, oh no, I thought it did have PoE. Oh crap, if it doesn't have PoE, then that might be why it doesn't work. That's funny. Does it really not have PoE? If it doesn't have PoE, then that's totally why it didn't work. But I would have thought it did. No, it's got to, because that's what. Power pin. Maybe it doesn't. This one doesn't say power pin. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. It's a crystal for what does it do then? What do you think it does? What do you think that guy's for? No PoE. Oh my gosh. Well, that makes a lot more sense. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Oops. Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes me feel better. That makes me feel better. That means that I wasn't using it wrong. Okay, great. Well, bag that one then. That's funny because when I saw it here, I assumed that meant it was PoE, but of course it's not. This doesn't mean PoE. This just means that it's Ethernet. Yeah, dummy. Oh, jeez. Who lets these clowns get on YouTube and talk to people about stuff? They don't know nothing. This guy don't know nothing. Oh man. Okay, so back to this. Anyway, so what I've got this all set up now, and it's working. I've been playing with it. I've got it all set up so that it's got buttons, so you could have just a mechanical buttons. And those buttons will trigger relays. So I've got that set up. Now that uses 6 of those 10 GPIO pins. Ethernet chip requires a crystal. Could be for that. Oh, okay. Well, does this other one have one on it? I don't remember seeing that little crystal guy on these things. I say that, I only say that because I know that little metal covered diggly woppy is on the others RF things too. The EVB has its config to get the clock signal in on GPIO 0, so it uses an external crystal for that, which is likely that little package. Oh man, you guys are geniuses. I love dealing with geniuses. Okay. And then I do have in here the things that I got working. I got all these working. I got the motion sensors working, and that motion sensor, let's see, do I have it still sitting out here on my desk? Probably have it here. The motion sensor that I have is one of these just, where'd it go? Oh yeah. What are these? The like AM312 or something? this little guy, which these work really well, despite their small package and their lack of any sort of adjustable stuff. I've used these in multiple rooms with Sonoffs and stuff, and they work great. So I like these a lot. So that's the motion sensor that I've got that I used that worked. Door sensor. This is just a generic one, and I don't know if that pin, I might need to change that pin. I can't remember on that one, but that's just a generic reed switch kind of thing. This I was really happy about. This is this is a light sensor. So this is a light sensor, and this particular little sensor here, and I don't remember what the part number is on this little guy, but basically you can have, so you put voltage in and ground in, and then you can get analog out or digital out. And if you connect to the analog out, you will get a reading, right? A big number of lumens. But if you set it to digital out, then you can adjust this little guy here to where you want the on off to be. And I found that very reliable. That way you don't have to program in, like, I think this kind of does it anyways, but I don't think you need to. Yeah, this one's doing it. This is showing it as to give you the number of lumens. But when I hooked it up to the DO, it just gave me an on off, and it worked beautifully. I could, cover it up and it thought it was off, and uncover it and it was on. Turn this on, turn this off, and it worked really well. I was very, very happy about that. One thing to note, if you do use a DHT, and actually I think this counts for the others as well, but the DHT type of sensors like this one, the temperature and humidity, you do need to add a resistor. So I put that in the little notes here. It needs an external resistor between data and 3 volts. And if you use a Dallas temperature sensor, you need that as well. You still need that as well. So something to think about. But anyways, I'm pretty excited about this. I am pretty excited about this. And anyways, I'll share this with anybody who wants to tinker around with it. But I'm very excited about this. I wish creating circuits was as easy as creating ESPhome configurations. Circuits are easier while using I2C sensors. Yeah, I need to play with I2C sensors too. I haven't ever done that. Just bookmark that same PIR sensor. Andrej, how you doing? Oh, what's this now? Street Wiz says light platform fast clock chipset D3. Oh, you trying to look at the let's go back and look. Now, the other thing that I don't have in that configuration that I think I would like to add is the ability to have the lights, right? The lights. So in this one, this is the Olimex one. Okay, so the Olimex one, the skinny little one, not the EBV or EVB, that's not PoE, but this is the one that's on my Dragon. And you can, I need to do this as well on this TTGO one, so that you can have a light or a few lights. And I'm not talking about putting 50 LEDs on there or something like that, just a handful, just a few, just to give you some indicators, maybe just to add a little accent to a little the device. Or you can use it as like just red, green, blue for different things. You can make it blink for different things. But once you do this, then you can connect some RGB LEDs to one of the pins and you can get information out of that. So that's one more thing that you can do to these that I haven't done quite yet. Hi all, how's it going? Andy, how you doing? First time catching you live. Hello, Gadget Angel. Nice to have you. Thanks for being here. NASCAR flag status lights. You could do lots of different fun stuff. Do I have frequent false positives from the AM312? I constantly do, really. Using it on the ESP8266. That's interesting, Risto. I have many less on the AM312 than I ever did on those big ones. So the other motion sensors that you can get. Hey, baby. What's the matter? You need a nap? All right, so let's do PIR sensors. What are you up to, baby?
Playing Roblox.
Playing Roblox. So if you look at some of these other PIR sensors like these, I got a ton of false positives when I tried using these. And then there were some others that were a bit different, but still gave me lots of false positives. They weren't quite these short ones. They were longer, and they had some adjustment, some adjusting stuff built into them, but wasn't these either. These definitely, I got a lot of false readings on those. They were really awful. Oh, the ultrasonic sensors. You could use ultrasonic sensors as well to give you distances from things. So anyways, I'm pretty excited about the potential for PoE in the smart home. I think we need more of that. Smart homes are still mostly retrofit, right? And that's why things have to be Wi-Fi. But we're getting to the point now where we need to be planning for making things wired. You can't get it reliable. Oh, that's funny, Risto. Mine's been pretty good. I wonder why. So you're using it with the 8266. I've certainly done that. In fact, if we go here, we can probably see, let's just find where we got some motion. Office motion sensor. So it says it's on right now. It's probably picking up the fan moving. DrZzs motion sensor. Let's see. Okay, so this is the motion sensor that is right here next to me. So when I move, it should come on. Yeah. So and then I'm back to holding still and it's clear. What voltage? 5, 9, or 12? Oh gosh. 5 or 3, man. 5 or 3. 5 or 3. You don't need 9 or 12, that's for sure. Maybe that's why. If you've got it connected to 9 or 12, that may be doing it. Ofer, how's it going? Sorry, I'm live. I'm not. I'm happy to be live. I use Raspberry Pi and interface with voice command. Ooh, nice. The adjustment is very difficult to get right on those, and the instructions are very wrong at the same time. Which ones, Captain Snow? You mean on the AM312s? It would be smart to implement some hardware debouncing on those for sure, or at least a bit of software debouncing, especially if they are going to be on anything longer than very short cables. Sir, good enough? Is it working? Is it working? I have mine at 5 and it's rock solid, unless I break it. The ones with the 2 pots. Oh, yeah. Yeah, these. I never got these to work reliably. I never did. Tony, how's it going, man? How you doing? You make anything yummy today? How's them cats behaving? It's not working, huh? Bummer. So the ask isn't working? That's too bad. You did the debouncing, it's still not good. What else would we use? Let's see. Oh, let's go ahead and hook up some of these things. Let's go ahead and hook up some of these things to this PoE guy we got going here. Let's go back to this for a minute, and we'll go back to ESPhome. So back to ESPhome, we'll go back to the this one. Okay. And it's nice you don't have any Wi-Fi passwords or anything in this because it's plugged into your network. Try using the I have some of those too. Those are the microwave motion sensors, right? So that's for Risto. Risto, try that maybe. Those RWL 516 sensors. Those are the other ones. Cats are a-holes. Yeah, that's kind of what I know. What board am I testing, Tony? This is the TTGO-PoE board. It is this guy. So it's PoE, ESP32 with some GPIO pins. It used to be cheaper. It used to be about $15. Now it's 20 something, 24. So not great. It's all great until someone unplugs the switch for the vacuum cleaner. That's true. You do already have all my passwords, Streetways, so it doesn't really matter, right? It's all good. Yeah, let's connect up some of these. Let's connect up some of these. Probably what's going to be the most limiting factor is my the jumpers that I have available. What is this? What is this? Why is this stuck? Oh my gosh, what is that? Glued on there? Oh my word. Jeez. Okay, we need some different jumpers. Back up to cloud, share on live stream. You have some of those microwave ones. I wonder, are they working? As in PIR is still used mostly. I do have some. I haven't done them very much. I don't use fixed IPs. Not. I don't actually very much. Any of them that I have that are fixed are old. All right, Tony Jacko, thanks for subscribing. Just noticed my Prime sub expired and time to renew it. Why is my thing not making the noise? Dang that thing. Do you like unicorns or planes? Unicorns or planes? How about we do unicorns while we wait for you to vote? Yeah, the WT32 ETHO1. Yeah, this one's a PoE. This one's like probably the most frill-less, right? So this one's pretty much no frills. This little guy here. I have not played with this one, but I've heard of it. I've heard of this creature. $17. And it's nothing but PoE and GPIO pins, right? So that's probably a pretty good one too to go with. Dancing squirrels? Okay, dancing squirrels, but I have the falling squirrels. But you know, when I do this one, I have to actually talk during the entire song so that I don't get hit with the copyright, because this one's a copyright song and I don't want YouTube to take all $8 that I might make off this. There you go. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks to everybody who uses their Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, please use it to subscribe on Twitch, even if you don't use Twitch very much. We've been talking about doing more and more stuff for Twitch and migrating some things to Twitch. Since I'm doing so much more streaming, it kind of makes more sense to do a lot more stuff on Twitch. All right. You don't think it's PoE? Oh, well then, see, there we are again. Me trying to plug in PoE stuff. Yeah, I'm into PoE. I got the hankering for some PoE because it's just so dang simple to have just one device. Oh, my screen just kind of freaked out. All right, so let's connect up a few of these things. So here we are at the PoE 32 YAML. So this is my ESPhome sketch for this device. So right now I've got it connected up to this board here. So I can tinker around and play with the relays for a minute. Let's play with that for a minute. Try to find the right jumper here. Too many jumpers. There we go. This will work. Okay. So now, glasses, jumpers and glasses. That's what we need. Michael Ray, how are you, my friend? Thanks for being here. Ask once more. I hope you get it working, sir. All right. So on this board, we have a bunch of the inputs. VCC, ground, N1, N2, N3, and 4. Oh, I know what I needed to do. Over here is where I need to ground this, right? So if I go back to my, I know I'm looking at this and not telling you guys what I'm looking at, but I need to go back here. And when I'm looking at this board from this top, ground is going to be down here closest to there, so that's ground. So then I stick a ground one in there, and then I got to go back to my sketch here and see where did I make the button. So let's do this button right here. So GPIO 2. So GPIO 2 is just above those 3-volt ones. Oh, that's why that's on, because... Oh no, that's 4. Okay, so this should toggle that. Let's see. Oh, that's going to be 3 volts. That's going to be... Button. .14 is where the relay should be connected. Just above the 2 grounds. Alright, power. In there. Above the 2 grounds, which are on the outside, so that should be... And then this one, actually on the other side. Now it should trigger. Yeah, there it goes. And that's a toggle switch. So that would work like a regular light switch. And I was really happy with this, that this relay board is working with 3 volts. I was afraid it was going to need 5 volts. Sweet, eh? Okay, so that's that. Let's look at some of these sensors. Let's look up some sensors. Is it working now? I'd love to get one, but they're way too expensive for my taste. Sorry, David. Jim Browning, not PoE. He uses power running over Ethernet cables. Something very different. Oh, what's that about? ESP32 can do about 80. Smart House TV's house is all PoE. I'm not surprised because he's a genius. Currently offline questions using Ask only works from Discord live stream channel. Okay, so if you want to ask questions, you can go into Discord and do that. This type of relay board with octocouplers per channel should sense down to 2.5 volts. So good for 3.3 GPIOs. Yay! All right. Let's look at this motion sensor. I had the motion sensor set up in here, right? Here's the motion sensor. Let's see, GPIO 33, is that one available? Yes, it is. Okay. So I'm going to need, though. So the other thing that's going to happen with this board is we're going to run out of places to connect plus and minus. So like if I do some sort of a breakout board on this, I need someplace else or more places to connect plus and minus, because this gives you two 3 volts and 2 grounds, but we need more than that. You could also daisy chain the plus and the minus from one sensor to the next. But it would be nice to have a few more places to connect things there. Let's check this motion sensor. Oh, and let's check the light sensor. I really want that light sensor too. So I'm going to need some more jumpers. Never enough jumpers. Oh, despite my best efforts at organizing jumper cables, they're very unorganized. And I can never find enough of the ones I need. Seems like I always need the same ones. The same type. I need the ones that are male on one end and female on the other end, and all I get is the ones that are both. How do you guys organize your jumpers? Do you? Do you organize your jumpers, or do you just do like I do? Can I try and get a human presence detection from BB to test here at one of your streams from Banggood? Is that what BB is? I think what I want to do, there's right now the human detection thing. Now when you're talking human detection, you're talking like Bluetooth or something, right? So right now, I would say that ESPsense that Lewis just did a video about not long ago, that would be the thing I would recommend to use. But I will personally wait until it's a part of ESPhome. That will be my trigger to try it. I had played with that, what was it called, guys, that ran on the Raspberry Pi Zeros. I tried that a while back, and it never really could get it going as well as I had hoped. All right, I am finding some that I need. This is great. I have the TTGO human detector. Somebody did a member thing. Oh my gosh, thank you. Let's do a thing. Let's do a thing for you. All I see is J. Oh, Jarda. Thank you for being a smart homer. So, do you like unicorns or planes? So, unicorns or planes? We'll do planes this time until you answer. Thank you very much, Jarda. Thank you very, very much. Bum, 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 bum. BB, Best Buy. The TTGO human detector sensor, which is Zigbee, but the whole manual is in Chinese. Oh, man. Do we know ESPsense is being integrated into ESPhome? I don't know that we know that, but I think it would be a natural evolution. So my assumption would be that it is on the roadmap somewhere. Bum, 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 bum. Today I was playing with the temp sensor, but PoE is not working. Uh-oh. Bring, bring, yay! Johan, thank you very much, Johan. We got more things. We got to do more celebration things. I hope so too. Roadmap. Frank's like, do I look like a man with a plan? How's that for Joker impersonation? DF Robot, what's this? Oh boy. Oh, so yeah, I think this looks like maybe one of those microwave kinds of sensors. Is that right? Don't know much about that. Human presence detection. How does this thing work? ESPsense or ESPpresence? Oh gosh, Mr. Tech Gadget, now you're asking hard questions. I thought it was ESPsense, but I could be wrong. I know if you go to YouTube and if we look up everything smart home, oh gosh, what's happening? Everything smart home. Lewis is going to be the next 100,000 subscriber guy in our little community. He does great stuff. Protocols, best, not this one right here. This one. I'll just post it for you guys. Oh, not create a post. I just wanted to share it. Where's the link, man? That's weird. Why is it not just giving me a link? I want to create a post. That's weird. That is the weirdest thing. Why can I not just... You don't want to just give me a link? Oh, yeah. Lame. So lame. I don't know why that changed. Okay. Here it is. PP is pretty pleased. Presence. PP. PP. Let's see. What is this? What does he say here? Lewis is the guy that knows. Yes, it is presence. There you go. ESP presence. Forgive me. ESP Now to be officially supported in ESPhome. You still playing with ESP Now, Tony? You still using that? That was a good one too. Just copy the link at the top of the screen. Oh yeah, thanks, Adam. Now you tell me. I wanted to do it, the hard way. All right, back to this. Let's get one of these sensors running. All right. So now I got some jumpers. I just managed to salvage a few jumpers. Let's hook up this the light sensor. Let's hook up the light sensor. Now, it's going to be interesting because I'm pretty sure that this filters return next times 2 million. So I'm pretty sure that this, and I know 36 is an analog input kind of a pin. There's an analog pin. I don't know if it's in or out or both. Let's see. Yeah, 36 is not on this list. I think you just hook it up to any old pin as if it were a motion type sensor. And it's just going to go on or off. So let's connect it to one that's not being used now. So which ones are we using now? This is the hard part too, is keeping track of which pins you're using. 2, 4, 33, 32, 16, 12, 15, 14. I don't remember saying 35. So does that mean 35 is available? Two, 4, 33, 32, 12, 15, 14. So yeah, those top two are still available. 34 and 35 are still available for sure. Okay, so let's use those. Wish there was a way to use the Wi-Fi band as a radar type of sensor. Oh, don't know about that. This smart home made a video about ESPresence in last September. Good stuff. Gonna try building that soon. Was that the one I just posted? This smart home. I guess this smart home, that's somebody else. All right, let's try it. Okay, we're gonna hook this up. And we're gonna go, let's go back to this camera for a minute. Oh, my desk is always such a mess after a stream. You guys make a mess in my desk. Gosh. Okay. We're going to use yellow for voltage. So VCC here. And then we'll use black for ground. That makes sense. Okay. And ground is this one. And VCC is going to be that one, so we'll use the green one. And we're just going to use the DO on this. We're just going to go to DO, which would be the digital output. We'll put it on this one, which is the same in line with the... Okay, so that sensor is connected. Now we're going to go in here, and I don't know about this. I think recurring task for every Monday morning: clean the desk, fresh start for the week. That's a good one. That is a good one. Only after a stream? Yeah, I know. I'm just blaming you. All right, we're going to just call this one a GPIO sensor. We're going to name it, we're going to just say light sensor here. Oops. You gotta see it. And TTGO motion. We're going to go, instead of motion, we're going to call this one light. Device class. I don't remember which the binary sensor device classes we can have. So let's look it up. No, it's going to be here. Give me here. Binary sensor component. We're going to look up device classes. Are they even in here? It's probably just in the Home Assistant one, Developer's Home Assistant. Yeah, there it is. Okay, light, perfect. I should have guessed that, but I didn't want to make assumptions. Okay, light sensor, light sensor, light sensor. I don't know if it needs to be pull up or not. Let's go back here and see. Probably not. Let's take this out for now. And we're going to change this to the one that is in line with the grounds. Go back here. The one that's in line with the grounds is 35. So we're going to make this pin 35. Okay. And now we're going to save it. And we're going to install it. We're going to do it wirelessly. Oh dear. Invalid. It did not like that. Oh, because I have binary sensor in 2 places. Can't do that. Yeah, these are all binary sensors, so I just don't need this part. Save that and install and wirelessly. Ah, turkey. Now what? Platform GPIO. Doesn't like that I did that. Found a dash. This works flawlessly. Oh, it's because it's not lined up. There. Save that. Install wirelessly. See? Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Just a warning, each of those relays will likely use about 80 milliamps each. That board has a 600 milliamp supply for everything. So you likely can't run 4 relays off PoE like that. Bummer. Okay. $80 each. Wish it would negotiate highway power level available on PoE and then power 3 volts on the ESP and then give us the rest via 48 with info on the ESP of the amps negotiated. Oh man, James, is that all you want? Just kidding. No, you're right. That would be nice. It would be nice to have 5 volts available too instead of just 3. Testing ES presence as a backup for my BLE vehicle detection using the tiny Pico from Unexpected Maker. Somebody's coming to the door. Well, that sucks. If you need an external power supply, even for the relays, there's no point in using PoE in the first place, unless I'm missing something. Let's look and see Does this tie into the Home Assistant server? You betcha it sure does. Connected successfully. Okay, great. So now we're going to visit this device. And the temperature sensor is not hooked up. And the lux, it says off. I wonder why it's not working. It was working. Maybe I do need to have it. Maybe it does need this to be. $35 does not support pull-ups. Whew. Okay. How many relays can I do? Can I do 3? 92 watts. So we can drive a Class D amp for a speaker, etc. What are we working on, Nicholas? We're working on the PoE, TTGO-PoE device. This guy. All right, well then let's just change it to, so you can't have all this stuff unless we did I2C or something else. So we can do it, you just can't do all of it at the same time. So let's do, how you doing, sweet girl?
Yeah.
What's up?
How long were you doing for 2 hours?
Yeah? Why?
Just wondering, because I wanted you to work on a paper.
Oh boy, okay. So he wants me to grade her paper?
Help me, I finished it, but it's an interesting one. I don't like it at all.
Let's try different. Let's use one of these other buttons. Let's use
Just think of it so I can
2, 4. Do something good so you can click on the buttons. You can click on a button.
Scared.
You're doing a full house renovation. What implementation of smart home hardware would I pick? I would do what we're doing right now, Jim, and that is wire the heck out of it with Cat 5e and do PoE stuff everywhere. And whether it's PoE like we're doing here with this, where it's actual power over Ethernet and the power is coming from the board, or whether you use one of these external devices like Quindor's talking about. We can look at that in just a minute here too. I'm kind of stubborn on this right now. I want to get this thing working. So we're going to switch it to 4. Let's switch it to 4. Okay. So it wants me to drink some Dr. Pepper. All right. We'll take this part out. And we'll make this. Oh my gosh, don't do that. All right, let's try this. Let's try this now. Do your house with point-to-point wiring for low voltage lights using 20 AWG Cat 6 and keep the sockets completely separate from the lights. Shelly's Pro Series. Yeah, if you're doing, if you're outside the US. Home Assistant Amber / yellow. I was just going to ask about those splitters. I feel like that would be better than TTGO. Probably would be. We'll talk about those splitters here in just a second. What time is it? It's already 1. Let's see if we can get this working, and then we'll talk about those splitters. And Quindor did a whole video comparing a bunch of those splitters. You want to share a link to that, Quindor? That was really helpful. Okay, let's go here. Still says the light is... Oh, there's the light sensor on. It's not showing off. I think that might be because I did that input pull up. I had this working. I just didn't pay attention to what I had done. Well, this probably isn't as much fun to watch me try and sort through. I don't know what you guys think. Let's see if that's going to work. Sure thing. Here we go. 60-second polling. Oh. Really? Did I have it at 60-second polling? I didn't used to. I need to change that. Why outside the US for Shelly Pro? I have one each on my test bench and they're great. My understanding is that the breaker configuration, or like the what the heck you call it? The bars in the breaker boxes are different in the US versus other places. Okay. Let's check it out. Now it says off because it's not pull up. So it doesn't need to be pull up. Okay, so we need to change the polling to be more frequent. Right? I think this does need to be pulled up. And then how do we change that polling? Sure you can buy a DIN rail in the US too? I don't know. Let's see. We're going to go back to ESPhome for a minute. And it keeps opening one of these every time. Oh, come on. Is that something we can adjust in the binary sensor? I don't think it shouldn't be 30 seconds. Update interval. Okay. Let's try that. I wonder where that's going to go. Nope. Oh, this should be under the binary sensor part. Or under the pin part. Nope. Not a valid option for pin. Did I get the Zigbee stuff from last Sunday working with the Home Assistant Yellow? No, sir, Nicholas, I did not. Typo? Oh. Oh, yeah. Internal? No. Here. Just saw that. Update interval. Oh, I think that's just for sensors. I don't know that that's for the binaries. I don't think so. But I do see what you're saying. Okay, so there, it works if I do that. Let's try it. Nope. Device class light. From Croatia. How's it going, Ninad? Oh, device class light. It didn't like that I put device class light. Okay, there. Now update interval is working. Let's see if that stays. Let's see if that stays. Nope. Doesn't like that. Mapping values not allowed here. I don't know. I didn't think that was it. I didn't think that needed to be. Just try this last time, and then we'll go on to working on these other things. And Raspberry Pi's prices went up like crazy. Yeah, I know. I got some I should probably sell. If you turn them all on, the ESP32 would lose power. Let's. What does this thing say? Did you look at this, Quindor, to see what size this power, how much power it's able to provide? No, it's probably here. So 500 milliamps. And that's to the whole thing. And how much maximum output current? 1.2 amps. Is that just for this? For the USB? Or is that for the PoE part? Okay. This was working. Okay. Well, we're going to switch gears. Switching gears now, completely. Switching gears completely. Oh, why my light sensor all of a sudden has decided it wants to be a pain in the butt. But that's okay. All right. So, and now for something totally different. Who said that? Was that like it's like a news guy? News radio guy, maybe? Looked up their DC converter chip and it's 600 milliamps. Max out at 5 volts out. Let's say ESP32 and Ethernet chip uses 200 at least. Then you have 400 max available. Probably more like 250 realistically. Round front door is awesome. Thank you, Street Wiz. Thank you. So, and then you think Monty Python? Okay, cool. So then Quindor, let's talk about that. So then each of these relays, what is the control like to hold that coil closed on the relay? What does that take? Is there a way to find that out on the board here? Because that is very important. I would assume that each sensor doesn't take very much, but how much is not very much. All right. Well, now for something completely different. Let me tell you about, we're going to totally change gears here, and we're going to talk about this crappy sound system in my house. Coil itself uses 80 when active. So GPIO will be fine. Oh, okay. Switch current for the coil is 5 milliamps or so. Coil itself uses 80 milliamps when active. So if you've got, I mean, you could probably only use a couple of these and have them on at the same time, right? Hook it up and measure. That would be a good thing to do. Hobbit hole. Ofer doesn't know about the Hobbit hole. There's an optocoupler in between there. All right. So this system here, this is what, in fact, I think this one here is almost exactly what somebody put in our house when they built it. This house we're in right now. So it's this Russound A-bus sound system. And the way it works is it's got a power supply that you connect to this. You connect outputs to this. Actually, this is not the one I have because mine has 4 outputs, or inputs, I'm sorry. So you can connect 4 different inputs and power, and then it uses Ethernet cables and runs to one of these kinds of devices in the wall somewhere. And then from that device, it connects to speakers in the ceiling. So each of these little devices sort of controls a zone in the house. And I think our house has 5 zones. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 zones in the house. And you can, at each zone, you can select a different input. So if down here you had, one radio station on, or an iPod, or a Bluetooth thing, or Volumio, something cool like that, you can connect the inputs to different things. And then at each zone, you can select the input that you want and then control the volume. Seems like a great idea. The problem is, it's now like 20-year-old system. And this bleeping thing right here, forgive my language, I said bleeping. Get this stuff out of the way. This stinking thing right here, this is the wall unit that we have, and these are temperamental at best. At best, they're temperamental. So you might, this is supposed to be the on-off button, and you might press that sucker and it doesn't come on. And then you've got to try and select the different inputs based on these little lights. So you select the input, you get the input, and then you can go up and down in the volume. It just has not been very reliable. And so as a result of it not being very reliable, we have not been using them. So I've been talking about doing this for years. Russound. Thank you, Neil. Russound. As a new system called Voice Play to replace this. Oh, is that right? Voice Play. Oh, great. Well, now I'm going to... From Russound. I bet you it's $1 gajillion. I don't want to pay $1 gajillion. Mic up, down, you connect it to Alexa, play this, turn on the lights, all this stuff. Okay. Well, that all sounds pretty neat. So the good news is I'm not destroying anything that I could potentially change, but not having heard about this until just now. Thank you, Neil. But not having heard about this, I've been on the lookout for something that I can use to replace this guy that would let me amplify the speakers, okay, and get input from basically just a phone or an Alexa if I had a way to connect an aux cord, right, at an 1/8 inch or 3.5 millimeter aux cord, okay? So, so this is what I've come up with. And I've been very, so far, pleasantly surprised. So first thing I did was I grabbed one of these from AliExpress. And so this is a little bitty Bluetooth and aux-in amplifier. So aux-in here, or it's got Bluetooth in there. And it's just a little amplifier. I don't know if it's like 50 watts or something per channel. And what I did was use, because what I have in the wall there is Ethernet cable. So I got one of these here splitters. And this is probably one that Quindo recommended. This is a 5 volt, 4 amp splitter. So when I connect this to this side, it basically just takes the power to here. It doesn't do any communication. I don't have any reason to use the communication pass-through part of it, but I just use the power part of it. And that does it, right? That turns on the amplifier. And if I connect up this, I'm not going to do it right now, but if I connect up this wire to a speaker, it works. I've done it. It works. And so my thinking was, well, I could do that. I could stick this thing in the switch box where where this other crappy guy used to live. And that would give us the means to connect via Bluetooth or this aux port. Now, the problem here, this thing was pretty cheap. I don't remember what it was, but it was $10 or $15, maybe around there. It hasn't been super reliable on the connection to Bluetooth. It's a little hit or miss. It gets kind of mixed reviews. And then I had my own experience with it where it wasn't working. And then all of a sudden it worked. And that's what I'm trying to get away from. I want this thing to be reliable. So, in my efforts to try and find something else, I actually ordered a bunch more of these things from AliExpress. Not this one in particular, but several other models. Hi, baby.
Just steal your phone to take off some money.
Yes. But what I did find as a replacement is this guy. Now, this thing is, in my mind, quite ugly. It's quite ugly, but it seems to be reasonably reliable. So what it has is you can power it from the front, which would be totally lame, or you can power it from the back, which is what I would do. So I have another one of these PoE splitters, which you can't see because the cord's not long enough. So we'll just pop that one out and we'll pop this one back in. And you'll probably hear it go bling this time. Yeah, you can hear
Power on.
it. Yeah. Connected. Yeah, connected to the speaker there, right? Connected. So we can play music. It's connected to my phone on the Bluetooth. So this one, I like a few things about it. So one, you can connect this back here. It's also got these wires back here, which can connect to an aux device. So you've got the headphone connector here, not headphone, but the aux port connector here. Thank you, baby. And if you wanted to plug something in here, like Alexa or something, and you just switch the manual switch on the front to stereo, and then it would come in here or here. So you can use an Alexa, connect this to the aux port on the Alexa, and when you switch it to this, it will play whatever is on Alexa. It won't be playing the Bluetooth. When you switch it to Bluetooth, then it will be playing whatever's on the Bluetooth. You can also switch it to microphone here. If you wanted to do like a PA system, blah, 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 attention passengers, you can switch it here and then connect the big microphone here. I don't know if that's really necessary, whatever. And then it does give you a little bit of it gives you a charging port here, which is convenient if you wanted to charge a phone. Okay, great. And it's made to go in a single gang US box like this. So that is actually pretty useful. Now, the downside about this thing was I think it was about $40, 30 or $40. I'm not sure. Let's check it real quick. Let's check it. And then we will compare it to this Russound thing. But I'm pretty happy with that. Voice play built in Alexa. It's really clever. But the darn wake word thing. Yeah. And I've debated about that because we do have an Echo Show down there that my wife uses all the time. So if I'm going to hook this thing up to an Alexa, it's got to be, we got to use a different wake word so that you can, when you want to use this one. It's not too terrible, actually. It was okay. Like, considering to buy the Russound. Sorry, Neil. Do you work for them? To buy the Russound ones, you need, it's like $100 and something to replace one of those. So yeah, here it is. Sorry. 38. So $38 for one of these. That's not terrible. It's not the worst. I guess with no USB port, they're not available. So that's fine. USB port, fine. I don't care. It's great. But they do deliver them really quick. They do deliver them quite quick. Needs to be controllable remotely. Well, if you Bluetooth it, then everything's on your phone. If you Bluetooth it, it's everything on their phone. Go Sonos. Now, what does Sonos have, Stone Obscurity? Because I've kind of looked at Sonos, and I could do like a Google, what's the audio, Chromecast kind of thing, right? But I need an amplifier. Like, I've tried to connect the speakers just to the output from Alexa, and they're way too weak. You can hardly hear it. You can't turn it up. I can't get down and boogie. It would be nice to control the switcher remotely, yeah. To be honest, I kind of like that it has mechanical buttons and switches because it's reliable. One of the problems with this guy is, I mean, even though it's not, I mean, they are mechanical, but they're these kind of funky little push buttons, and like one button is supposed to have several functions and stuff. It doesn't work. It's not reliable. This has a straight up toggle switch that says, now you're on Bluetooth, now you're on the aux port, right? And if you wanted to repair it, when you want to repair it, this was a problem with this other amplifier. This one was, there's no good way to repair this with something else. I think you have to power the whole thing off and then power it back on again to repair it with something else. It just was harder to do. With this one, if you want to repair it, you just push down on the volume button. With this one, you push down on the volume button, and then it will make itself available to repair with a different device. No touch screen, yeah. I get it. I get it. I'm going for maximum reliability here. Should be able to use Bluetooth and aux together. That would be sick. It has to prioritize one or the other. And that's the other thing is this one, this Pyle one, you can switch between which ones you want. The other one, it will always choose Bluetooth over aux, which sucks. And there's no way to turn off the Bluetooth. So if you have a phone that's connected to it and you wanted to not use the phone anymore, you have to go in the phone and turn off the Bluetooth and then just hope it doesn't connect to something else. IKEA Sonos speaker and modified it to go to RCA ports. Right to repair laws. That's right. Apple of audio. It just works, but it's expensive. Expensive. Chop the switch connections and put them into a relay and hide it in the wall, wrapped in a ton of electric tape. Obviously wrapped in a ton of electric tape. Yeah, you could, I mean, I could go into this thing probably and, and take it, I could take it apart and try and mess with the switches. I'm not going to throw them away, but certainly for the ones that we use a lot, I'm going to try this guy. And we'll see where it goes from there. Now, let's look at Russound. What if I wanted to buy one of these? Okay, so what is it? What do I need to have? I need to have this controller, and I need to have these units, right? 60-watt power supply, amplified keypad with Alexa built-in available in black and white. Okay. What if I want to order them? Then you've got this app. So in my case, my power supply is just a PoE switch. They don't want to give me the price. No orange? I know, right? There's not going to be anybody near me. Durango and Heber City. Do they not even have a website? Come on, man. Why would that? So I understand that they don't sell them directly, but let's just see if we can find. Let's see if we can find it advertised somewhere else. I would expect something like this should be available online without having to go through too many people. So what do we got here? Zone 1, Zone 2 is only 2 zones. Total zone power, 24 volt DC, 60 watts. I'm confused. Oh, well, when you say that they're going to replace this, crisp audio power for up to 2 Russound. That sounds just so hard to say. It doesn't look like this is going to use the same wiring that I already have, is it? It doesn't look like it, because that thing's not taking any Ethernet cable. If I can't use the same wiring, then it's useless to me. And it's not really a replacement. Connections, power. I guess unless they're expecting us to just use the wire as splice it ourselves, which is fine. Power and speaker connections. So you just wind up the Ethernet wire. A little expensive, but replace them over time. The keypads are Wi-Fi. Pyle has a simpler version. That's more expensive too. Yeah, that is a simpler version. So aux Bluetooth amplifier. Yeah, that's cool. That is nice. That's probably nicer. As far as the looks, because then you don't have, this thing looks like something in a, I don't know, bad sci-fi movie, right? Check other sellers. For me, it says 35. Oh, take a pair for positive, negative. Yeah, Neil, I think that's probably, just split the positive, negative. Basically, you're just running the 48 volts up there or whatever. Well, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to connect it up. In fact, now that because I was going to kind of show you guys this thing and show you how it works and stuff, but then, or show you that it works. And then from there, I'm just going to go to, I'm just going to go put it in, start installing it and stuff.
Connected.
So that's just playing off my phone. And I can control the volume with my phone up to a certain extent and then control it with this. Anyways, I'm happy with this, and I'm going to use it finally to get these dang speakers working. All right, what do you got for me, James? What do you got for me? Oh, yes. Yes. I have seen these. Audio music player, 2-channel, 4-inch mini touchscreen, wireless Bluetooth amplifier with FM radio USB. Does Banggood have them? Does Banggood have these? Good question. Let's go to Banggood and see what Banggood has. I don't think they had very many. Bluetooth. We need a Bluetooth amplifier. So there's the same kind of style one that I had. So I did find some on AliExpress that I bought that are on the way. That may, before I buy like 5 of these Pyle ones, I'm going to try these other ones from AliExpress. Where's my? Why can I not go to my orders? Reliability. I know, how deep is that box, right? Okay, so here's some of the ones that I got coming. And these are just simple. So I would have to take the power splitter to power this, and then just take the speakers out. And I think this is like 2.1, I think. Yeah, so it's bass volume adjustment and volume adjustment. That's so you should have 3 speakers connected to this one. So that's probably not gonna be very good. I'm also gonna probably use these, honestly, in the car. I'm gonna use these like in Zach's bus, where you don't really need a stereo. Like you don't need like 90+% of what we listen to, we just listen to on Bluetooth. So if you're just gonna have a car stereo, why does it have to be super complicated? Why can't it just be this? So that's kind of where I'm going on this as well. I don't see where you connect power to this. I guess you have to put your own power connectors on there. Anyways, I bought a couple of these to test them out. I think I even got this one just to see. Oh, this one was a simple one. Yeah, I thought this one looked good because it was so simple. Just had little buttons on the front. Pause, volume up, volume down. So just trying different little amplifiers to see. It's just little tiny Bluetooth amplifiers, 12 to 14 volts in, goes out to up to 4 speakers. So worth a try. Might be good enough. And then I did try another one of those. And then these are some other sensors and stuff that I'm playing around with. That's on the way. So anyways, I'm actually very happy about it, because if we get to actually use the speakers, if the girls can turn on their music and play it on the speakers that go outside, or if Mrs. Z's can finally use the speakers that are in the ceiling in the kitchen, I would be so much happier. Have a smart home channel, but draw the line at complicated stereos. You know, I have messed around with smart home stuff so much that I've made my home very dumb in some ways. Or not dumb, I guess. There's the dumb home. And to me, the dumb home is one that doesn't do anything smart. It's just regular mechanical light switches. That's dumb home. Smart home, you have those things electronically controlled. Lights come on with relays, motion sensors, all this stuff, right? Alexa, all that. A stupid home is when you took your dumb home, you added a bunch of smart stuff to it, and now it's worse than it was when it was dumb. That's a stupid home. And I will admit that in some ways, sometimes my house is stupid, because it does things worse than when it was just a dumb home. And that's me being honest. Right? Hey, Valcob, how you doing, man? Ooh, this was a nice one. Yeah. Just the volume on the phone. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Howdy, how's it going, Jack? Just had our twins last Tuesday. Congratulations. Are you kidding me? You did not have twins on that day. Are you serious? Did you really? You had twins on a Tuesday, which was the 2nd of February of 2022. Did you seriously? That's amazing. It's not stupid. It's special. At some point, it turns into a WTF home. Yeah. Right, John? So you got to be smart about our smart home stuff. I've gotten past the point where I was just doing stuff because I could. I really have gotten past that point. It was fun, and I still like to play with the possibilities. But when it comes to what my actual house does, it's got to function. I can't spend extra time trying to fix something that didn't really save me much time in the first place. So, oh man, that is too amazing, Jack. That is too amazing. Hockey helmets in summertime special. Congrats on the twins. Your life is over. Oh boy. Oh man. All right. Does anybody got any questions? We can spend a few minutes. We got about 10, 15 minutes left on El Streamo today. So let's do that. Why not use the Echo's Bluetooth? Good question. Have you guys had good experience? Homie is asking about Bluetooth on the Echo. Have you guys had good experience with that? I have tried 100,000 nuts. What would you like, sir? Good enough. What would you like? Whatever you like. I have tried to connect my Google smart devices to Bluetooth speaker systems without much luck. It worked, but then it would disconnect, and it would have to repair it every time. And I can't be doing that. It's got to just work. Any recommendations on what were good prices for ESP32s in the UK? Man, I don't know. Maybe somebody else. Maybe you guys in the UK can tell Steven about that. Horrible experience for me with Bluetooth and the Echo Dot. So one of my reasons we need ESPhome media stuff. Amen. Amen. Amen, Frank. Amen. 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 So let's go to ESPhome for a minute. I got all these Russound things here. I'm going to keep saying Russound. Sorry, Neil. If we go to ESPhome, when I was looking for what you could do with the SD card, there is a media player. Is this it? No. I think it was a TF card it was called or something. Oh dear. Bad request. DF mini player. DF this thing here. So I haven't tried this, but apparently there is some way that you can use this DF player in ESPhome, put a SD card in there, and then get it to play stuff from the device. Neil's like, after I told you how to pronounce it so many times, you're gonna just... Yeah, sorry, man. Apple Phone House. Agreed, Frank. I've avoided media stuff because I don't want to use Amazon or Google stuff. What will we be getting there with Genie anytime soon? The other thing I was going to say is, and I don't remember when this showed up, but have you guys, I don't know if this is a new beta thing or at what point this showed up, but look at this. Now on the media tab in Home Assistant, you've got cameras, I guess. One incompatible item hidden. Huh. I don't know what that's about. Local media, so if you've got music stored, which I don't, but you could. But then this, the text-to-speech. Oh, look at this. And I can select the device, like the Office speaker, and I can pick different... He didn't say anything. Oh, here it goes. It's logging in. Welcome to Home Assistant. It's taking a minute.
Is this thing on?
There we go. She sounds like somebody hurt her feelings.
Is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Hat the hickless.
What the heckless. Anyways, that part's probably only Nabukasa, but this part you should be able to do.
What the heckle?
So this one you should be able to do. And this lets you do any device, like, should let you do any device. I thought it did last night. It doesn't seem to want to now. But you can certainly do it on the web, on this device. Where did that one go? No, it doesn't want to. No, it doesn't want to let me pick this device anymore. Just web browser.
What the heck is?
Yeah. So this does it through the web browser that you're on. Anyways, just a couple new things that they added to the media tab, which I thought was really cool. I don't remember at what point that got put in there, but super cool. Super cool. I was trying to test out my Node-RED stuff the other night. Did somebody say Node-RED? Where's Blade? Where is he? I added a button. Here, a grocery help button for Mrs. Z's, so that now when she goes to, she can go here and she can press this groceries button. Oh, you can't see the groceries button. She can press this groceries button.
Mommy is home. Please go help her bring in the groceries. Mommy is home.
Can you guys hear all that?
Please go help her bring in the groceries.
It's just saying, Mommy's home. Please go help her bring in the groceries. Anyways, so something wasn't working. I was playing around with it, and that's how I found that tab thing over there. The media player tab thing. It's pretty cool. Home audio network industry needs a developer like Quindor to help us DIYers for sure. I still like Volumio, and I actually still have my Volumio connected, I think. I don't remember if I have my Volumio connected or if no, I must have disconnected it. I can't remember. The problem with Volumio is it has to be connected directly to the actual Pi. Any idea why my Home Assistant operating system 7.4 update is failing? I don't know. Check the logs. Maybe your hard drive's getting full or something. Maybe you got too many backups in there, something like that. Want to be blown away? Create a new automation as an action pick play media. Oh, yes. 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 Go down here. Let's go down here to action. Add an action. Play media. No way. Select media player. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So then what do I do here? Media does not support browsing media. Okay. That media player doesn't. So let's pick a different media player. Let's try the... no. Gosh, I have so many media players. This one. Yes, pick media. Oh, sweet. Sweet. But now if I had media files here, I could pick one, right? But I don't, so I can't. Okay. Where else can I go then? But I could do a text to speech and then a cloud and then say, hey, dummy. This is, let's see, we need to have an English, but Midwest accent here for this is Sir Good Enough. I don't know, get close as we can get. Okay. All right, Sir Good Enough, hit your page button. I don't know if it's going to need to reboot or something, or reload, but if you hit your page button, now it'll say, hey, dummy. Also added this radio browser integration, which you can install to trigger radio streams. Nice. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah, Rabbit Hole's right. Does it allow playing local music on an Echo device? It doesn't look like it. Home Ace, that's what I was just trying to do. It when I selected Dad's office speaker, that's an Echo device, and it wouldn't let me do the local browse. I feel like I've done that, though, through something else. Start streaming a camera on Event. Oh my gosh. Problem I run into with playing music everywhere on my Echoes is the audio delay, and I have a smaller house, so you can hear the delay in all the rooms at once. Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? You sent it? Oh, it didn't work. I wonder why. Oh. Sorry. It's because I turned this off. But it also should have made the sound. Maybe it needs to reload the automations. I would think it would reload those automations automatically, but maybe not. The plug. There's the problem. I can't keep up with the options. Did you see red? Oh no, I just turned it on. So I just turned on these speakers now. So now that those are reloaded, try it again. SG, try it again. See if you can get it. Hit your button and see if it'll work again. Yeah, keeping up is a full-time job. I can't keep up. I still love Home Assistant. I still use it every day. I still play with it all the time. I haven't done any videos on it really much in a while. I went on YouTube and searched Home Assistant, and I didn't even come up on the list. All right. Did anybody else have any questions? Let's go in here and see. Oh, thanks, Neil. Voice plays. Neat replacement. Wake word to change. You can't change the wake word, huh? I guess it's because it's one of those kinds of non-official Alexa devices, like some of these other. No, it didn't work, sir. Good enough. Didn't work. 6:30 remaining. Michigan down by 5. No. Okay. Might join the Home Assistant Discord, and someone there can help troubleshoot for you. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I can't keep up. Frank can't keep up. I don't feel so bad. No, man. Okay, let's get the kids up here so that I can watch the last few minutes of the game and watch Michigan make a massive comeback and beat Illinois. Time for sign off.
It's time to sign off. It's time to sign off. It's time to sign off.
No way, Vanessa. No way. No way. We're gonna pull it. We're gonna. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Can you see?
Not yet. Let's see. What was I gonna do? I was just gonna look for questions real quick and see if anybody asked any questions that I should answer. All right. Guess not. Cool. Okay. All right, guys. Well, how do we want to sign off, girlies? Come on over. Pressed time to sign off, and my Google went off for the bedtime reminder. Don't forget to claim your stream nuts. I don't know what that means yet, but claim them for stuff. Oh yeah, go to the bot spam channel in Discord and type /here. Right? Go to the bot spam channel in Discord and type /here. And as long as I'm streaming, then you get some points, some credits or something.
Oh, it's green.
Oh, okay. How do we want to sign off today, kiddies? Like dogs? Okay. That was weird. That was just weird. Okay. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you. And we're going for a drive in the bug. We're going for a drive in the bug this afternoon. Oh.